So y'all seen my video yesterday, right? This was at $100. It has gone up $67 in 24 hours. Actually, oh, hold on. Today's return, $64. Total return, $111. That's in 4 days. I invested in this 4 days ago, and it's yes. Do not believe anybody. Everybody doubted Dogecoin and thought it wasn't going to amount to anything, and now look at it, almost 20 cents.
20 cents.
This 3.8 million. Get it now before it goes up more. It is constantly, steadily going up. Do not listen to these people saying it ain't going nowhere. It's going. It's happening now. $60 overnight. Thought y'all said it won't go do nothing. So y'all seen my video yesterday, right?
You guys think $64 is good? What's up, Al Shizzle? That's the crypto mania. We're going back to 2021. We're going back to when Dogecoin was pumping. Dogecoin has been pumping. So I'll talk about crypto today. We're going to talk about this. I was going to say Andy Garcia. Ryan Garcia. He's a boxer. I'd never heard of him before. This latest thing. So I'll show you. I showed it to you on the last show, but thought I'd give you a little bit more. He is saying that he got tied down and was forced to watch kids get sexually assaulted at Bohemian Grove, maybe. So I'll give you Alex Jones's take on it. So that's coming up in the news today. And then we'll have a clip from Kanye West. We'll have a clip from Ice Cube about how they don't want to join the system. Have a clip from some other guy who said he had to do gay stuff to get famous. Hey, Pirate X Pirate. Tangent Angela says, let's all pray for Ryan. Yeah, yeah, right. We want him to be well. So some people are saying it's meth in my chat. Not me said I heard meth makes you smarter. It does raise IQ. It does raise IQ, if at least in adults with ADHD. But it can cause some other problems. So, but yeah, well, if you look up, you can look it up. Amphetamine, whether it's Adderall or some other form of it, does apparently raise IQ. But yeah, when I was hanging out with people on meth, I did a lot of meth. So people might say I'm crazy, but I stopped doing it before I started doing my show. But I did before. That's when I first ran into my first 9/11 conspiracy theorist. So, and then I had to learn about it. And actually at the time, even though I was doing meth, I didn't believe in that conspiracy theory. So, but yeah, you find a lot of conspiracy theorists in the meth movement. So Humble 9300 says, I'm loading a bowl of crystal right now. LOL, I swear. All right, Humble. Well, you do you. What can I do? I can't argue with you. You shouldn't do it, though. If you have ADHD, you should get a prescription probably for it. But you can get prescribed something like meth. Well, Adderall is basically the same thing. So, yeah, but people are saying this Ryan Garcia has lost his mind. He said some crazy stuff. So I'll show it to you. Yeah, when I was doing my show in the middle of the night, people were telling me that I was doing it for the people who do meth. So, oh, that's all right. I don't begrudge you that. It's nothing crazier. You know, it's speed. So, but you shouldn't, but smoking it can make you, well, like I said, you do you. Harm reduction, right? All right. So I got that. Trump won big time yesterday. So I'm starting off with political news. I'll start out with the clips from the shows. And Nikki Haley dropped out of the race officially. So someone's here looking for Doshi. Yeah, sorry. Doshi's not here. I'm wearing my Bitcoin Saves t-shirt today. Bitcoin is back. Bitcoin is back up. Somebody who'd had it for 10 years sold like $69 million worth yesterday at the very top. So that was the reason things dumped. But everything's back today. Like it never happened. We're still not at all-time highs, but we're pretty close. 66.5 last I checked. So I'll show you that. So Bitcoin's back. I'm still into meme coins right now. That's why I opened with my meme coin guy. So I'm into meme coins. I like the ones on Solana. bonk, and dog whiff hat, whiff, WIF trading symbol, which was up like 50% or something. So, and some people have gotten rich off of it. So, all-time high Klaus Schwab is 69K. And it just broke it yesterday before going straight down. But I can show you the chart. Gold is up too, guys. So gold is, Owen Benjamin's talking a lot about gold and Bitcoin. Gold, he says, is God's money. It is kind of. It can't be created by humans. But Bitcoin is ruled by math. So Bitcoin, you see here, I have the prayer hands. Bitcoin saves. That's what it says on the back of my shirt. And you can buy these at our store at truthclothing.io. Still looking for donations, still fishing for donations. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil anytime during the show to drop me a coffee to support the show. Otherwise, you can buy t-shirts. I'm sending out a big t-shirt order today where someone got a couple Bitcoin saves t-shirts. So definitely get those. Those are in stock at truthclothing.io. So what else is in the news? I have things are going a little more conservative in liberal areas like New York and San Francisco. So I'll show you that news. There's a report out of Google about how they're screwed because of how woke they are. And then there's other news too. So I'll be checking in with the chat. Thanks for joining me today. We're looking for 6. Wow, forget it. We're looking for people who are nice and like to tune into the show. And then we'll give you the news. And if you're happy with it, you can give donations, you can give super chats, you can give whatever you want. So here we go. We're going to start the show. Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. And I bring you the news, the real news. And I said in the intro, it's a beautiful day outside, but actually it's raining today. It's been raining quite a bit in California. All that global warming, snowstorms in the mountains, blizzard conditions in California recently, global warming, droughts forever. Now we have like lots of rain. So I can't believe somebody's doing math listening to the show. Glad you guys like the intro. If you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. And we just try to get to 6 coffees if we can. So if you donate to the show, I really appreciate it. It makes me feel like I'm doing something positive. So I'll show you the news. Okay, let's get to it. Nikki. There was big news. Donald Trump met with Elon Musk, apparently. So people were speculating that he met with him over campaign donations. Just to be clear, Elon Musk says he is not donating money to either candidate for U.S. president. It's going to be Trump versus Biden. Are you guys happy about that? Trump versus Biden versus RFK versus Stein and that other guy too. But yeah, so I'll give you guys a choice. I'll run a poll. Let's see what you guys are at. Humble 9300 says big thunderstorms right now in the Bay Area. Yeah, I'm in slow. It's raining pretty hard right now. My wife is sick of it. My wife has a birthday coming up, so we'll be going to celebrate that shortly. Let me do a poll and see now that it's settled, Biden or Kennedy. I voted for Trump yesterday in the Republican primary because I am registered Republican here in California, and you have to be registered the way you vote in order to vote in the primary. I've been registered Democrat before too, though. I was registered Democrat so I could vote for Tulsi Gabbard one year. But by the time it got to California, I don't think I had a chance to vote for Tulsi. Tulsi still could be the VP pick, though, for Trump. That'll make it a tough vote. So Trump, Biden, or Kennedy? Trump, Biden, add option, Kennedy. All right, start poll. See where you guys come down on that. I think I know who I'll vote for. And it might not be Trump, even though Katie will probably want me to. So Elon Musk says he's not donating to either candidate. Nikki Haley dropped out. Here's her speech.
In all likelihood, Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee when our party convention meets in July. I congratulate him and wish him well. I wish anyone well who would be America's president. Our country is too precious to let our differences divide us. I have always been a conservative Republican and always supported the Republican nominee. But on this question, as she did on so many others, Margaret Thatcher provided some good advice when she said, quote, "Never just follow the crowd. Always make up your own mind." It is now up to Donald Trump to earn the votes of those in our party and beyond it who did not support him. And I hope he does that. At its best, politics is about bringing people into your cause, not turning them away. And our conservative cause badly needs more people. This is now his time for choosing. I end my campaign with the same words I began it, from the book of Joshua. I direct them to all Americans, but especially to so many of the women and girls out there who put their faith in our campaign. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for God will be with you wherever you go. In this campaign, I have seen our country's greatness. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, America. God bless you.
There you go. Short and sweet. She made it. So somebody, Klaus Schwab in the chat says it may not be Biden. Actually, yeah, good point. It might not be Biden when it comes down to it. We'll see. But we're putting Biden in the poll anyway. We assume nobody's going to pick Biden. But it's interesting, isn't it? How YouTube and X, formerly Twitter, nobody seems to like Biden on there, and here on YouTube too. Actually, there are some Biden supporters on X. X has a variety of personalities. So yeah, as far as that goes, you said it may not be Biden. That's what Vivek says. Vivek says it's not going to be Biden. Who's it going to be? Gavin or Michelle Obama says she's definitely not running. So here's Vivek.
Here's the obvious part about Super Tuesday. It's what's been obvious for a couple of months now. Donald Trump is going to be the Republican nominee for U.S. president. That's obvious to me, obvious to everybody else. Now, here's the part that's obvious to me, but seems less obvious to the rest of the media. Actually, I think it's obvious to them, too. They're just hiding it. Joe Biden is not going to be the nominee from the Democratic Party. Look at the way the left-leaning press is treating him. Look at the way in which the managerial class and the Democratic Party even has now begun to hang him out to dry. The Hunter Biden corruption saga. Why is it only coming out now? Why is even the other aspects of Biden's frailties that have been visible for a long time only now being taken seriously by the media as his polling numbers crater? The fact of the matter is they're preparing to move him to one side, but they're doing it with a special twist. They're baiting Republicans into focusing on defeating Biden when they know that's a false target. It's like a feigned retreat in warfare, what they call a feint. Lead the enemy to a false target only to actually ensure that they should have gone in a different direction that they didn't. That's exactly what's happening. And I want to make sure we Republicans don't fall into that trap this time around. Criticizing Biden is easy. We need to level up and offer an actual vision of our own. What do we stand for irrespective of who the Democratic nominee is? Forget Biden's age. Forget even his individual frailties. Put that to one side. A nation without borders is not a nation. We pursue excellence in the United States of America. That's who we are. We embrace economic growth instead of apologizing for it. We're proud of being citizens of this nation. We take care of our veterans. we actually make sure that we take care of our own in this country instead of sending our military to defend somebody else's border halfway around the world. These are core principles that we need to articulate regardless of who that other nominee from the Democrat Party really is. And if we do that, we're going to have an election in a landslide that delivers Donald Trump to the White House with the same mandate or greater that Ronald Reagan did. I think we can get there. I'm confident we will. But we can't fall into the trap the other side has laid to just criticize Biden as an agenda only after they're going to bait and switch their nominee in the summer. That's the real story coming out of Super Tuesday. Not who the Republican nominee is going to be. We all know who that is. That's settled. That's done and dusted. But the fact that it's not going to be Biden, that's what we need to open our eyes to. And if we're ready, we're going to have success in November.
Mixed in the chat. Some people say it's going to be Gavin. Some people say Tangent Angela says Michelle is going to take it. Some people mention Hillary Clinton running. So it's going to be tough though. It's awfully late to do the switcheroo. So Morning Joe says Biden is amazing still. And says, F you if you can't handle the truth. Biden is so, I've played so many videos of him. Biden is so out of it. He's so old. And then he's going to keep getting older. And then are they going to do debates? That's the next question. I would love to see a debate between Trump, Biden, and Kennedy. That would be excellent. So looking forward to it. Also, tomorrow night is the State of the Union address. So we get to see, I don't know if I'll tune into it or not. He can read off a teleprompter, kind of. He might screw up, but it's not like he's going to be taking questions or anything. So the State of the Union is coming up on Thursday. People are wondering if he's going to mention illegal immigration much or what he's going to do or just blame the Republicans. So here's Joe Scarborough saying that this Biden is amazing.
But comparing that guy's mental state, I've said it for years now. He's cogent. But I undersold him when I said he was cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. Intellectually, analytically, because he's been around for 50 years. And, you know, I don't know if people know this or not. Biden used to be a hothead. Sometimes that Irishman would get in front of the reasoning. Sometimes he would say things he didn't want to say. This is, and I don't really, you know what? I don't really care. Start your tape right now because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it. And you.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. People are like, what is he smoking? Speaking of smoking meth, I mean, what is he talking about? The best Biden ever. Well, that's not what I've been seeing, but okay. Here's Joy Reid. There's plenty of clips of her being crazy. Let's see. I have a few clips of Joy Reid. Let's see. Joy Reid says that there's a reason that Biden looks older than Trump, even though they're about the same age. T. Marie says this version of a clone. Yeah, right. Which version? Has he been resurrected a few times? Is he a clone? Has he had his conscience transferred over to an android like Jean-Luc Picard? Okay, here it is. Here's Joy Reid explaining why Biden seems old. What's up with her blonde wig? So strange. Why doesn't she have natural hair? She's so proud of her ethnicity and stuff. I really do wonder that. Like normally they would say, you know, you should have natural hair, right? I think African-American people or black people, be happy with your nappy.
Negative 2.8, 5.9, and 1.9. There's one factor in all four of those, and Lawrence just said it. Donald Trump had one job. He had one crisis. He's saying, oh, all of these things were perfect. You had one crisis, bruh. It was called the pandemic. And you know what you did? You bollocksed it completely. You did so poorly. at managing your sole crisis. The one hard thing to do, the reason he doesn't look old like Biden looks older, the presidency ages you when you do the job. Obama went gray because he was doing the work. Donald Trump looks the same as when he ran because he was playing golf the whole time. His one job
You think
was
that
to
hair
manage.
color's natural?
But the reality is, he had one job: manage this crisis, and he messed it up so badly that they had to do the stimmy. People love the stimmy. Why did they have to do the stimmy? Because 1 million bodies are in the ground.
It was
because of how
Democrats.
poorly he managed an
It
airborne
was the
virus.
Democratic plan.
There you go.
2.8, 5.
He did the stimmy. Yeah, that's right. He's losing black voters like crazy. Now he's pulling at 23% with black people. That's insane for a Republican. So here's Marjorie Taylor Greene got interviewed yesterday and was asked why so many people who like Donald Trump are into conspiracy theories. She tells the person to F off, I believe. So here's MTG talked to a BBC News anchor about conspiracy theories on the right, people who support Donald Trump. Hey, welcome everybody. Good. Everybody's here. If you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil or leave a super chat. Either one. We appreciate your donations. I'll check in with them about halfway through the show.
Trump is closer to picking his VP, and should you be on that list?
Oh, that's the question everyone asks. And no, I don't think Nikki Haley should be on the list. But of course, President Trump will choose who he wants for VP.
Would you like to be on that list?
He's got a long list. I support President Trump in any way he'd ask me. But I can assure you it won't be Nikki Haley.
And can you tell me why so many people that support Donald Trump love conspiracy theories, including yourself? He seems to attract lots of conspiracy theorists.
Well, let me tell you, you're a conspiracy theorist, and the left and the media spreads more conspiracy theories. We like the truth. We like supporting our Constitution, our freedoms, and America first. So
what about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
Why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers? And really, why don't you fuck off? How about that?
Thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The News Agents. This is a Global Player original podcast.
That was good. Did she really say something about Jewish space lasers? I covered that on the show the other day. Jewish space lasers. I covered the space lasers and painting your roof blue. I wonder if Marjorie Taylor Greene has her roof painted blue. So you want to hear that one again? Tell us about Jewish. You got to have balls to ask that question, though. What did Marjorie Taylor Greene really say about Jewish space lasers? Did she really say something?
America first. So
what about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
Why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers? And really, why don't you fuck off?
Thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you.
She got the answer she was looking for. So anyway, that's Marjorie Taylor Greene yesterday. All right, then Joyanne Reed bringing up racist stuff. I'll skip that, I think. Okay, CNN. Oh no, I'll play it. I have it. I have the clip. Might as well play it. So here's what Joy Reid says people are voting for. People care about immigration because it's coming to their cities and towns and taking all of their resources. But apparently it's racist.
But Republican voters don't vote that way. They don't vote based on economics or based on the benefits they're getting economically from the president. They're increasingly, from the Tea Party on, they're voting on race. They're voting on this idea of an invasion of brown people over the border. The idea that they can't get whatever job they want. A black person got it, therefore drive all the blacks out of the colleges, get rid of DEI. That is what they're voting on. They're just voting specifically on racial animus at this stage. It isn't about economics.
No,
but
That's not true. They're voting on economics as much as anything. And they don't want racism like DEI. So it's not really true. And if it was true, then how come more blacks are supporting Trump than ever before? Explain that, Joy Reid. If they're just voting on race, why do Hispanics prefer Trump? In general, it's 46-40 or something. Not quite a majority, but plurality. of Hispanics prefer Trump this time around. So how is it just about race? Why are blacks supporting Trump at historic levels? It's just about race and getting black people out of schools and stuff. Explain that. Here's CNN just explaining how Trump is winning. He's just winning. That's it. I mean, he's just winning. I checked into the poll. 27% right now say they support Kennedy. Thanks everybody for voting in the poll. Remember to hit like on the video too. Biden even coming in at 7%. I'm curious if those were joke votes or if they're real. Maybe some people do support Biden over Trump and Kennedy. But Trump was 67% of the vote in the poll so far. Kennedy at 26% in the poll. Yeah, you know what? I probably will vote for Kennedy, probably, when it comes down to it. Between Trump and Kennedy, I prefer Kennedy, I think, even though I shouldn't say what I think, right? Because I should leave it open because I'm just a news person. Shouldn't say what I think, but yeah, I'd probably vote for Kennedy, I think. So here's CNN explaining how Trump is dominating. And then I'm going to get to the stuff on Ryan Garcia talking about the satanic elites. But here's CNN.
He is flipping states at this particular point, and we would expect it, like Georgia that Joe Biden won, Nevada that Joe Biden won, Arizona state Joe Biden won toss-up. Same in Wisconsin, the upper Midwest. Same with Pennsylvania and Michigan, where we obviously held that primary last week at this particular point, leaning Republican. So, folks, if you have it in your mind that Donald Trump is just popular enough to win the Republican nomination, lose that thought, because at this particular point, when matched up against Joe Biden, Donald Trump is a favorite, which is something we couldn't say at any point in 2020 and really wasn't something that we could say at any point in 2016 when he was matched up against Hillary Clinton.
In a long general.
Yep, Trump is the favorite, even with polls. It used to be that you couldn't believe the polls, but now the polls say Trump is the favorite. So here's, here they are talking about how just laughing that people in Virginia care about immigration.
I mean, if you look at some of these exit polls, I mean, I live in Virginia. Immigration was the number one issue.
Yeah.
I mean, again, these could change in Virginia.
Well, Virginia does have a border with West Virginia. Very contested area.
Build a wall. Like, what? I mean, if you look at some of these exit polls, I mean,
they're just laughing. Like, people shouldn't care about immigration. Like, it doesn't affect them if they don't live in a border state. So here's Steve Kornacki. They're talking about how Trump's losing voters. He's not, though. Biden is losing voters to Trump. So here's Kornacki explaining that, how people who voted for Trump last time are going to vote for Trump again. They're trying to say they won't, but.
So the numbers he's posting in general election polling against Biden right now are absolutely consistent with what he's got among Republicans in past elections. So again, if you're looking at the primaries and saying, boy, there's all evidence here of Republicans turning on Trump, unwilling to vote for Trump in the fall, you're not seeing it in the general election polling in these Trump numbers. And then you take a look at one final thing here. This is from the New York Times Siena poll. They looked at it this way. They asked respondents in their poll, who did you vote for in 2020, and are you still with that candidate now? 97% of folks who said they voted for Trump in 2020 say in this poll they're still with Trump, but only 85% of Joe Biden's 2020 voters say they're with him. So again, I think if you're the Trump campaign, you look at a finding like this and say, maybe there's some slack on the Republican side. They're probably thinking, but not a ton. And meanwhile, it's Biden who has the slack. And the reason Trump is leading in these polls right now over Biden, and their polls, they can change and they can be wrong, and all of the disclaimers we can put on it. But I think the Trump campaign would look at this and say they're picking off Biden voters right now more than Biden is picking off Trump voters.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, as we get closer, it just keeps getting worse for Joe Biden. So we had, so anyway, yeah, that's the story. I mean, what more can I tell you? I don't know what the betting odds are now. They haven't changed much, but let's see. I'm checking in on odds to win the presidency. Let's see. They say Joe Biden's going to win the Democratic nomination. Who is going to be? Okay, Trump is pulling ahead a little bit, but actually Joe Biden, his odds have gone up a bit. It was 45 to 41. Now Donald Trump's at 49 cents, up 2 cents to win the election. 43 cents for Joe Biden, and then 8 cents for Gavin Newsom, 5 cents for Robert Kennedy Jr. So Robert Kennedy Jr., he's polling okay. He's getting like 15% or so. So, all right, I'm closing some tabs. Okay, here in California, we got to vote just in San Francisco. Oops. Okay, I'm good. In San Francisco, voters back police surveillance and drug tests now. So they voted for surveillance and face ID cameras. So even liberal San Francisco voters are getting tough on crime and public disorder. Residents of SF approved ballot measures Tuesday to set minimum police staffing levels, allow officers to chase suspects under reasonable suspicion they have committed or will commit a felony or nonviolent misdemeanor with the help of drones, and set up public safety cameras that could use facial recognition technology to apprehend perps. And they said anybody who's getting employment assistance, housing, shelter, utilities, or food from the city has to submit to drug tests. And if they test positive, they won't get benefits unless they enter a treatment program. So a little carrot and stick action on using drugs while getting public money. So it's one of the things they say is you can live in California, you get checks from the government. So they're now allowed to, they had been prohibited from pursuing nonviolent offenders unless there was an imminent risk to public safety. So this might let them go after shoplifters and stuff, and they get to use drones to do it. And they're going to set up surveillance cameras. So it'll be like London. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but surveillance cameras with facial recognition. Look at this. Hillary Clinton, I'm just looking at this headline. Hillary Clinton tells voters to accept the reality that Biden is old and re-elect him anyway. I love that. Hillary Clinton tells voters to accept the reality Biden is old. I wonder if there's a clip of her saying that. She said it on, I wish I had the clip. Let me see if I can find it for you. And thanks for the coffees. I'll go check those out. Let me see if I can find the clip of Hillary Clinton saying Biden is old. Thanks for tuning into the show. Got a big show today. People are excited about Satanic elites. Good to see you guys. Where were you guys yesterday? You got to tune into every show. Clinton, Biden is old. Let's see. There's the New York Post. Here it is. Okay, perfect. I got it. Here it is.
And, somebody the other day said to me, Zerlina, well, but, Joe Biden's old. I said, you know what? Joe Biden is old. Let's go ahead and accept the reality. Joe Biden is old. So we have a contest between one candidate who's old, but who's done an effective job and doesn't threaten our democracy. And we have another candidate who is old, barely makes sense when he talks, is dangerous, and threatens our democracy. So really, pick between your two old ones and figure out how you're going to save our democracy, because no matter where you stand on the political spectrum, you want to maintain freedom and the rule of law and protection for people's fundamental rights, or at least I used to think so. Somebody the other day.
Terrible. She looks awful. So that happened in San Francisco. That's Hillary Clinton saying Biden is old. Hey, Sumi, we'll check our donations. All right. We'll check our Buy Me a Coffees. Thanks for tuning into the show. Make sure to hit the like button so you get your notifications. Sorry if you didn't get any notifications yesterday. Some people are saying they didn't. Glad you got them today. I have coffees. Chris Law, thank you. Got 3 coffees. Says, hey, Nathan, hope the Mac is behaving. Send you love. Also, can you tell MK Ultra I miss him? Okay, I'm telling him now. MK Ultra, we missed you. Somebody's trying to call me right now. I'm not taking calls at the moment. I just had a call come in. I'm not taking calls at the moment. but I could. Richard bought 5 coffees, said, thank you for the daily shows, and the propaganda shirt is a great conversation starter. Thank you for that. It is. Thank you. And Gerald bought a coffee, says, keep up the great work, Nathan. We appreciate you. Thanks, guys. You got me past my goal. Now, if I can get somebody to join as a member, that's the other goal, is to get 1 member every show. Thanks for that. And I'll check in on the coffees later in the show. That's at buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Okay. Now the Senate funding bill. Oops. What happened? The Senate funding bill had in it $1 million for an LGBTQ center that hosted like orgy BDSM sex parties. They actually pulled it out of the bill because of Libs of TikTok, pretty much. Libs of TikTok said that there was $1 million in tax dollars going toward an LGBTQ center in Pennsylvania, which has rooms to try BDSM and sex fetishes and hosts BDSM and sex parties. And that actually got pulled from the bill. So here's another conservative thing that's happening in New York. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is sending National Guard to New York City subways to combat ongoing crime. And they're actually going to do bag searches, which is kind of annoying, but maybe it'll keep it safer. So they're deploying 1,000 personnel to help combat the rise in New York City crime. Let's see what this is.
And uniformed officers to the subway began in February and seems to be.
Let's see.
Announced new efforts to fight rising crime in New York City's subway system, which is up 13%, and that's just since last year. So Hochul is deploying 1,000 state personnel from the MTA, state police, even the National Guard to help the city. Andrew Siff with NBC News New York spoke with commuters about the safety improvements.
Okay. All right. We don't need to hear it. So they're sending National Guard. And they would have said, if you'd proposed that earlier, they would have said you were racist. So that's new. Doritos fired the trans person that they hired to be a brand ambassador after online outrage. So you see, these things make a difference. It's what happens on Twitter. So stuff that happens on Twitter changes things. So Doritos fired the brand ambassador who tweeted about doing thuggish things to a minor. All right. Now we're here to the Ryan Garcia news. Here's what Ryan Garcia said. I played it on the show yesterday. So people are saying he might be on meth. He might be having a mental breakdown. Even I'll play you what Alex Jones says about him. But this is what he said.
Bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. They held me down. They made me watch little kids get. I don't give a fuck anymore. They fucking took me to the fucking woods, bro, and they fucking tied. I'm not fucking joking, bro. I have fucking proof, bro. I don't give a fuck. Bro, I fucking will show you every fucking video you could ever fucking believe. Bohemian Grove is real. They fucking tied me down, and they made me fucking watch, dog. I absolutely don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck, bro. They I was 2 years old. They yes, I fucking lost it. They're little kids.
He doesn't want to take us off, so let's go. All right. He doesn't want to take us off.
Fuck this guy, dude. Bro, fuck this dude, dude. Who? Bro, you know the higher elites, bro. You already know who they are, bro.
You know the path you're going down is dangerous, my friend.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. They can't touch me. I'm a god.
I care about you a lot, and I can assure you from my own personal experience that they can touch you. Well, bro, my door gets kicked in if I say what I'm thinking. You know there's going to be people who believe you're just saying this because you've, I don't know, had a mental breakdown or taken drugs and you're repeating some of the things you said on the internet.
Of course they're going to want that, and I have all the information possible. The right time I'm going to release all of it, but they're already calling me to tell me to stop. I don't give a fuck, dude. They can't stop me because they listen to the devil. I listen to God. God gave me authority. It's over for everybody, bro.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to expose everybody.
Ryan, to be honest with you, I believe that she's got your best interest at heart.
Okay, I get that, but I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm trying to really stop every fucking devil-worshipping bitch.
There you go. It reminds you, does it remind you of Isaac Cappy? We don't want it to end that badly. So we definitely don't want it to end badly. Here's Dom Lucre asked him what the religion was of the people, and he said they're eating kids. So I'll play that.
But it's real. Should I let that guy in, Don?
Yeah, let him in real quick. Let him in. Let him in.
Let him up. All right, Don.
Bro, I hope everything all good. Thanks for having me up. I guess I'll just ask on behalf of everyone. The rituals that you experience, were they any religion that was attached to it that you believe? That you could say there was?
It's all about Satan. Satan, satanic. What do you mean? They eat little kids. That's just fucking sick, bro. Yeah, that's what this attached to. And I'm calling to all people that feel like they sold their soul. You can't sell your soul. The soul, I'm your lawyer. You can't sell your soul because it never belonged to you, nor does it belong to the devil. It belongs to God. So remember, that contract is vetoed. I got y'all. It's vetoed. Hit me up. You'll come into the right side. Praise Jesus. I'm your lawyer today. Tell Satan, oh, wait, that wasn't my soul to give. My bad. We vetoed that shit.
In other words, Ryan, you saying it's kind of like a car, right?
That sold their soul. Every single one of them. If you sold your soul and you're still alive and you're scared and you're feeling pressured by them and the devil, hit me up. I got y'all. I'm going to defend y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. Remember that. Love you guys. I got to go. It's 7 o'clock. My friend wants me to read Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart may.
There you go. So there he is talking about Jesus. I went through a mental health crisis of my own last year where I was talking some crazy stuff. But I didn't say I witnessed anything, I don't think. Here he is. He's called Elon Musk the Antichrist. He tweeted that out the other day, yesterday, I think. This is his latest voice note. Ryan Garcia, he's a boxer. He has a fight coming up.
All praise Yeshua. I'm speaking in tongues. Don't worry. Those who are prophets know. Those who are priests know. Those who are evangelists know that speaking in tongues is real. But these things are happening. Praise to Jesus Christ.
There you go. That's his latest voice note. So anyway, now he says he's not going to be. It says he said this at 9:32 a.m. this morning. He said, I, Ryan Garcia, will not be speaking or tweeting or writing anything other than my fight, boxing, and sports. All topics of discussion will be discussed after my fight. 5 weeks of focus. You have my word. I'm locked in. I'll see you 420. 420 is a big day. 420 is a big day. That's when the Bitcoin halving supposedly happens. So here's what Alex Jones said about it. He says that he's just having a mental breakdown. Let me see if I can find that. Right here.
And how we can stop the globalist. Also, I'm going to be talking about former champion, now the main contender, Ryan Garcia, who came out yesterday on a Spaces on X with Andrew Tate and others, and said that he was at Bohemian Grove and was tied down and forced to watch children being sexually assaulted. Now, we don't know if this is true or not, but I've listened to the entire Spaces last night, and it sounds to me like he's having a mental breakdown. That said, I'm not saying that there isn't serious crimes that go on in and around Bohemian Grove. We have some historical evidence of that. Ted Gunderson talked about that. But also, if people are having a mental breakdown, we need to understand that, because going with something that's not true will then discredit all the real research and the things that are going on. So I'm going to talk about Bohemian Grove. I'm going to talk about the latest infiltrations of Bohemian Grove and what Bohemian Grove really is. It's very sinister. It's a system of corruption. Richard Nixon talked about it, but most of the people that go to Bohemian Grove are not involved in Satanism. They're not involved in hurting children. But there is evidence that some of that goes on in and around that area, and there's a massive occultic system around the world, and Bohemian Grove is just one node or one major elite encampment of this cult. So we'll be breaking that all down.
There you go. So he's going to be talking about that today. So that's Alex Jones's take on it. So there you go. You have to decide. Some people said he's on meth. Some people said he's crazy. Oh, here's some people talking about because we also had, who did we have recently? Oh, well, we have the Diddy stuff, which is very Epstein-like and involves gay stuff. Here's a former comedian talking about how he was offered a deal. So I'll play that. He was offered a deal to do some gay stuff, and I have some stuff from Ice Cube, Kanye West. Here, I'll play that. If you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Hey, welcome everybody. This might be my biggest show ever in a long, long time. 196, it says. That's crazy. Welcome everybody. Good to see you. Good to see the chats moving along. Here's a guy saying he was offered a chance to be famous for doing something gay.
The dark side of Hollywood is finally being exposed, thanks to one of the true kings of comedy, Cat Williams. You know, before I became wealthy in business, I actually had a somewhat successful career in stand-up comedy. I was on the way up. I was invited to a meeting with some Hollywood executives, along with some now famous comedian, and we were offered the chance for a deal at Online Stardom. But the only way to receive the contract was by sucking both of the execs off. I immediately got up and walked to the door. But before I could even exit, the other comedian was sucking both of their simultaneously. That guy's name was Matt Rife. And that's Alpha King rule number 799. Just because someone is more famous than you, it doesn't mean they're better. They might just be gayer.
They might just be gayer. All right. So that is comedian Nima Yamini claimed he was offered a deal and that the other guy took it. Matt Rife. I don't know who that is. So who's Matt Rife? You guys know who that is? So there you go. Here's Ice Cube talking about how he isn't part of the club. So here's what people are sharing Ice Cube had to say about it, about being part of the club, right? Where you have to dress like a woman, where you have to do something gay, I assume.
Some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their fucking club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, what? Who? Come on, man, stop playing. So ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been fucking with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that. You know, I've been working with, you know, on the big three for a long time. And you know how they've been fucking with me with that. I done made it, you know, plain, simple, and clear what they've been doing. You know, the NBA been fucking with us. Now, a lot of people might say, like, well, but Cube, you want to work with the NBA. Really, I don't give a fuck about working with the NBA. What I want them to do, when I say work with us, is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, you know, they ain't fucking with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We still on the rise without these motherfuckers. So we don't need them. You don't need them. You know? So what am I going to do to deal with these motherfucking gatekeepers? Well, what I'm going to do is go on a Fuck the Gatekeepers podcast tour. And I'm gonna go talk to everybody, and get a chance to get my message out to the people. Be able to let people hear from me, and you might agree, you might not, but the important thing is, for me to go on these platforms, say what I feel about what I think. And, some people may get pissed off because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing. And it's gonna be a crazy summer. It's gonna be fun. Appreciate y'all. Always support the big three. Hopefully I'm doing stuff that you guys dig. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for people that's bored as fuck in the summer with summer sports and want something cool like the big three. So here we are. Appreciate you. Much love, much respect from your homeboy Ice Cube.
I don't know when that video was made, but he's saying he's not part of the club. Here's Kanye West talking about how everybody's controlled. Shaq, Charles Barkley, LeBron. And he is crazy. He's bipolar and off his meds full time. So here's Kanye though.
Control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
No, not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone. Let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. Out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still Forbes, who hate me, right? Had to write net worth 400 million. Jesus is king. God loved me.
That's more important than thinking of life.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puppies, y'all Lil Boozy, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail.
There you go. So there you go. Lots of people talking about being in the club. That Ice Cube was from last year, I guess, for the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Somebody told me, so appreciate it. People say they sacrificed his mom. So, and Michael Jordan's dad, Bill Cosby's son, Dr. Dre's son. So that's the news from Hollywood. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. So that's the news. That's the news from Hollywood. All right. Now I'll just go over some more news. JP Morgan, this has AI management software that is slash manual work by 90%. AI is replacing a bunch of customer service jobs and legal jobs too. I've been covering that every show. So I have that. Lynn Alden is saying how they're going to nuclear power soon to power all this AI and tech stuff. And then we also have to power Bitcoin miners. So we're going to nuclear power soon, which I appreciate. Check this out. Doctors on a leading transgender healthcare body have admitted that patients have developed cancer owing to the effects of hormone treatment. So that's admitted now. that that hormone treatment can cause cancer. Antidepressant use among 12 to 25-year-olds is up 66% over 6 years. That's from 2016 to 2022. People are taking more antidepressants. I have news about Google. There's an article about Google about how terrible it is. They knew, according to people close to the project, this is the project for Gemini. According to people close to the project, the team responsible for Gemini was not only warned about its over-diversification problem, but understood the nebulous DEI architecture, separate from causing offense, dramatically eroded the quality of even its most benign search results. Every manager I spoke with shared stories of pushback on promotions or hires when their preferred candidates were male and white, even when clearly far more qualified. Every person I spoke with had a story about a promotion that happened for reasons other than merit. And every person I spoke with shared stories of inappropriate admonitions of one race over some other by a manager. So they say they say Google's in bad shape, and they're going to lose this AI thing because the company is so DEI focused. Employees painted a far bleaker portrait of the company than is often reported. The only thing connecting employees is a powerful, sprawling HR bureaucracy that, yes, is totally obsessed with left-wing political dogma. The phrase culture of fear was used by almost everyone I spoke with. One engineer was strongly encouraged to use one of 15 different crazed pronoun combinations on his corporate bio, which he did against his wishes for fear of retribution. So, bunch of stuff about Google. Overt discrimination at Google. According to Google's management, Gemini's problem was not in its embarrassingly poor answer quality or disorienting omission of white people from human history, but the introduction of Black and Asian Nazis, which was considered offensive to people of color. Google is sitting on an enormous amount of cash, but if the company does lose AI, and AI in turn eats search, it will lose its core function and become obsolete. Talent will leave, and Google will be reduced to a giant, slowly shrinking pile of cash. A new kind of bank may be run by a dogmatic class of extremist HR priestesses. That's interesting, I guess, but it's not a technology company. That's Google's culture of fear inside the DEI hive mind that led to Gemini's disaster. So, all right, let me run an ad for our shop. You can go to truthclothing.io. Somebody in my coffees mentioned that they like one of our shirts. I'm wearing the Bitcoin Save shirt today, this one right here. We have a Bitcoin Save sweatshirt too. Bitcoin Saves decentralize. We have Crypto Future for $10. This Bitcoin shirt is only $10. And we even have a Litecoin shirt too. So check that out at our crypto shop. Otherwise, you can get a propaganda shirt, which is a great conversation starter. This one right here, propaganda shirt or hoodie. Go to truthclothing.io. I pack the orders here and we ship them out. We have the Question Everything shirts and hoodies. So check out everything on our site by going to truthclothing.io. And I appreciate everybody tuning in today. Wow, we had a really big show. So I appreciate everybody tuning in today. Make sure it says subscribe, hit the like button, and tune in for every show. Okay, I'll check my coffees one more time. We have a big audience today. And thanks for the $10 thanks Jacob's Ladder for the $10 over on Rockfin. Appreciate you. Skills Carmite says I'm being stream sniped by someone claiming I'm distracting away from the Ryan Garcia story. Okay, cool. Well, if that's what got so many people tuned in, that's fine. I can distract away. All right, we did an hour, so we can go ahead and wrap it up here, or we can take phone calls. You know what? We have such a big audience tuned in. We can take phone calls. And then if somebody wants to call in and challenge us, go ahead. We're losing people, but we can take phone calls. I have more news. Well, I don't really have more news. There was a small bank. There's a big bank that was going down today, New York Community Bank. But if I'm being stream psyched, we did an hour. We got enough coffees, but we can continue. So we can put up the phone number. 650 gay taxi is the phone number. So I had somebody try to call earlier. So I can do that. We'll see. See if it's worth it. We'll put up the phone number to celebrate the big show today. Make sure to drop me a coffee, though. Go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Let's make it worthwhile for us to stay tuned in. And then we'll see what people have to say. Haven't taken phone calls for a while. We'll get some phone calls, maybe. We'll give people enough time to call in. Thanks for tuning into the show. Appreciate you. Yeah, there was this big bank New York Community Bank almost went down today. I'm looking at Bitcoin chart. I'm looking at gold. Silver went up today. All right, we'll give people a second to call in. If they don't, we'll wrap up the show. 650 gay taxi is the number. 650-429-8294. I'm ready. I'm ready to receive a phone call. Who's stream sniping me, by the way? To distract away from the story. I'm looking at the poll. Kennedy came in at 29%. That's pretty good. I have some peanut M&Ms here to keep me going. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. We might end it anyway, but I'm giving people a chance. In case I'm being stream sniped, they can call me. We always open up the phones for people. So I'll give it a few minutes. Check in with the chat. Can have a Q&A if anybody has any questions. Who's stream sniping me, by the way? Curious. People have been talking about this guy, Red Bar, that's been doing stuff about me, but apparently nobody watches because I haven't been shown anything about this guy, Red Bar. I have people come into my chat once in a while saying that they're gender identity. That's funny. All right, we're giving people a chance to call in and ask questions. Hit thumbs up while you're here. Hey, Chris Hyde, you would call in, but you missed the whole show. Well, you can go back and check it. This is a big show today. I'll go until 1 hour and 5 minutes if nobody calls in. So I have 2 more minutes still, and then we'll tune out. Thanks, Jacob's Ladder. Appreciate you over on Rockfin. Can't transfer Rockfin money. Ethereum is doing great, by the way, which I've always recommended in addition to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 65,823 right now. Ethereum's over 3,800. It came back entirely. $3,806 for Ethereum right now. Stuff's going down a little bit right now. It's taking a little breather, but not much. 3,800 for ETH. So we have 1 minute left, and then we'll tune out, and then we'll post the podcast and get on with our lives and enjoy the rain outside. Got to send a package today. Let me load my label. Yes, Sumi. Yes. You love it when things print. All right, let me go to that order. Really want to thank the person who made that order. It was a big order. So go to truthclothing.io to support the show. Pick up a shirt. If you want a lot of shirts, let me know. I'll give you a deal. Looking to move inventory. Do I know anything about PiCoin? No. Chris Hyde. Skills Carmine, I don't know what happened to Vegan Mikey. Somebody told me he'd right at the last minute. Hey, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey, Nathan, how's it
Good,
going?
man. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. Hold on, let me go to the other room. Pause the stream. Yeah, it's been a while. I used to call once in a while, but it's been a while.
Cool, man.
And just figured I would check back with you.
Okay, good to hear from you. What's on your mind?
You too, man. I don't know. It's pretty wild, the Bohemian Grove allegations.
Yeah. What do you think of that guy?
From the
what do you
boxer?
What do you think of that guy?
I think he seems. I think he's probably been abused, maybe in his childhood or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Like, I don't think you would just. But I don't know if it's exactly what he's saying. It is like, was he saying he did that happen to him as an adult, or? I mean, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And whenever people come out making claims like that, it's always a little strange. Like, you have to wonder what's going on with them.
Hey, there's something going on with the line.
Oh, is it? You have clicking? Okay, I'm trying not to make it click. Is it going okay now?
No, it's really weird. It's like someone it's like a clicking.
Huh.
Weird.
I'm okay. You sound
anyway,
good on this end. So.
Okay, well, I'll just keep talking then. Yeah, I just think it seems there's been some other allegations, like they were saying that that guy that I think he did a lot with the McMartin school thing.
McMartin preschool.
That Alex Jones mentioned in that clip.
Yeah, Ted Gunderson.
But I mean, I really don't know. It definitely, Bohemian Grove was pretty gay, I think. They bring in a lot of gay prostitutes. But I don't know. Like, there are allegations that Hunter S. Thompson took part in some really creepy stuff there. Was filmed as a cinematographer for some stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, and you were talking about Ted Gunderson is who Alex Jones mentioned, who was involved in the McMartin preschool stuff, and I covered that back in the day. So Franklin scandal, McMartin preschool. So there's some real shit that goes on, but don't know if he's onto it or
It's
not.
almost impossible to hear what you're getting cut off so bad. So I'm gonna let you go. But
okay,
good to talk to you again. Good to hear you're doing good.
Thanks,
and,
man.
I guess I'll tune in next time. Try back next time.
Okay, cool. Good talking to you.
Peace.
See ya. All right. So the phone's not working very well. That's okay. We did a great show. We got a bunch of people tuned in. Over 200 people tuned in. Sue me. 200. Wow, that's huge. Maybe we want to keep doing the show. So I should be back tomorrow at the same time. And then I'll be off on Friday. So that's the news. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you at the next one. All right. For now, that's what it is. And buy a t-shirt.